Hey, let's build the easiest mob experience farm for Minecraft Bedrock 1.19. All the materials are in the video description and credits to 1.MC for the design. I designed this farm so that you can build it wherever you want to. The first thing that you want to do is to stack up about 80 blocks, so now we are at Y65 and we want to go up to Y144. Once you got this, you want to take some ladders and you want to place them all the way up so that you have an easy access to your AFK spot. Now once you have that easy access and you're all the way at the top, what you want to do is to create a platform that is 4 by 5 like this, and of course fill in all the blocks belonging to that platform. Then you want to be at the middle of your platform, which are these 2 blocks, and there you want to place a double chest, and behind that double chest you want to place 2 hoppers that funnel to the double chest. Then you want to place a wall all around these blocks in a C shape looking something like this. Then you want to put a second layer on top of this wall. And once you've done this, you want to place 2 slabs, one on top of each hopper like this. Now put a third layer on top of your wall, but this time don't do it in the C shape, but you want to do this all the way around, so above the double chest as well. Now we have this pipe right here where all the mobs will drop down later. To this wall we want to add 20 more layers. So this would be the first one, the second one would be this right here, and now 18 more. It is important to have this exact height because mobs will have a perfect health when they drop down this pipe, and then you can hit them with a sword with only 1 hit. Otherwise this won't be the case. Now as you can see, I am finished with doing this. Everything looks like this. As the next step, what you want to do is to come to one side and extend out by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you want to come to the next side and do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the same thing on the third side as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the last side as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now what you want to do is to take some more blocks and just link all of these 4 sides. And I'm done with this right now. Now you just have to fill in all these squares so you have a full platform later. And now I'm finished. As you can see, I created this whole platform, and in the middle I have the 2 blocks empty where all the mobs will drop down later. And now as the next step, what you want to do is to come to the edge and you want to create a wall that is 1 block high and all the way around your platform. Then create a second layer, but this time you want to build this out of stairs, and the open side of the stair should point towards the inside of your platform. Of course, do the same thing all the way around. Now the next step that we have to do is to create an infinite water source. In order to do this, you want to place a 4 by 4 square looking something like this with a 2 by 2 inside empty, and there you can place your water like this. As you can see now, we have an infinite water source and can grab as much water as we want, and we want to place this in our stairs, so waterlog each of these stairs that we have placed around as a wall. The system should be very straightforward and you should be finished with doing this in 1 or 2 minutes. Now, when you're finished with placing all your water streams, you can destroy your water sources and then your square as well. And now we can see that we did everything right, so the water streams end right at the edge of our drop down chamber, but there's no empty space between the water and the edge of the platform. Once we ensure that our water streams are perfect, then what you want to do is to come on top of your wall again, and then you want to place a layer of blocks all around your whole thing, which is right behind the stairs. This is because stairs aren't full blocks and will let light pass through, and by placing some blocks right here we ensure that this won't be the case. This is an essential part of the whole farm, as all the hostile mobs that spawn in this farm will need a light level of 0 to spawn. Now once you're finished with that rim all around your stairs, what you want to do as the next step is to place 1 more rim, but this time on top of the stairs, so a 3rd layer on top of our wall. Again, build this rim all around your farm, and now we can start with placing in our spawning platforms. In order to build these spawning platforms, what you want to do is to come to the corner and you want to place 1, 2, and then a third block right here and destroy these 2 temporal blocks. So now you have an empty block between the solid block and the wall to both directions. Now once you got this, you want to do the same thing at all 3 other corners as well. So place 2 temporal blocks and a third solid one, destroy these 2, and then do the same thing again. Once you got all your 4 blocks in place, you just have to connect all of them. Now as you can see, we got this hole in the middle, of course, which has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. You want to align yourself with the edge of the long side, so right here, and there you want to place 1 row out of blocks all the way from one side to the other. Right here we should be aligned with the edge of the hole. And now you want to repeat the same thing at the other side of the hole as well, which is 3 blocks away from your first side, so 1, 2, 3, and then you just want to build a line out of blocks all the way to the other side. Again, right here, we are aligned with the edge of the hole. By doing this, we want to divide our platform into smaller platforms. In order to finish this process, you want to destroy these 2 blocks that are in between and at the other side, of course, as well. And now you have 2 rectangles that are divided by our dropping hole in the middle. Also, both of them should have the same size. Now you want to create a grid pattern for your platform. In order to do this, you want to have a line out of blocks, then an empty line, again a line, an empty line, then again some solid blocks right here, empty solid blocks right here, and repeat this for the whole platform. Now we did this and we want to do the same thing to the other direction. So we have an empty line right here, and then here we have some blocks, again an empty line and some blocks right here. And now you should be finished with your grid pattern and it should be looking like this. You want to mirror the same thing to the other side as well. Next, take out some trapdoors and you want to place trapdoors all the way around your platforms. You don't want to close them for now, we do this later. Once you're finished doing this, you don't only want to do this around your platform, but in your platform as well, so in these holes that are 1 by 1. There you want to make sure that you don't place them at the lower side of the block like this, but on the upper side like that. And also I recommend having them be placed to the same direction so later you don't have that mess around. Again, mirror the whole thing to your other platform as well. Now as we are finished, you have the very satisfying job to open all of these trapdoors. Now as you can see, I'm finished with this job, and as I'm already in the water streams, I like to check you that your platforms are 2 blocks above the water stream, 1, 2 blocks in between like this, and of course the third block is the platform. This is the perfect height as all the mobs will fit under it, but you didn't waste space. Also right here in between of these 2 platforms you can have 2 ladders. This will allow you to easily access your platforms whenever you need it. But we aren't finished with our platforms yet. The last step is to take some buttons and you want to place them on every other block like this. As you can see, these are all the blocks that are the corner blocks, and we do this because then we don't have any spiders in our farm. We need to prevent spiders from spawning because they can climb up walls, and this will lower our rates for our farm because they won't get killed as fast as the other mobs. Now that we're done doing this, I want you to add 3 more layers to your wall all around. This is the first one done, this is the second one done, and the third one is done as well. Now lastly, you just have to place in your roof at this height right here. And when you're done placing your roof in, I recommend just going in on top of your platforms, then close the hole above you, and now you should have a fully dark room, which is a good sign so that the mobs will spawn. Now you want to take 9 torches, you want to place 1 torch in every corner of your roof, then at all 4 sides 1 in between of your corners and 1 in the middle. This should fully lighten the entire roof and the sidewalk as well. Then come on top of your AFK spot. As you can see, this is a bit dark as well, so place a 10th torch right here. Now we're finished with building the entire farm. Lastly, just go into your settings, check that your difficulty is hard, at least easy, and then you can start with using the farm. I recommend using a sword with looting 3 this will give you the maximum rates, but of course you will get experience as well. As you can see, after just a couple of minutes, mobs should start spawning and dropping down. You can kill them with your sword and all the experience will get into your inventory automatically. All the items will be in this chest right here. As you can see, you will get a fair amount of gunpowder as well. If mobs aren't spawning for you, then I recommend going into the settings, set your difficulty to peaceful. As you can see, all the zombies and other mobs will despawn, and then you want to go into your settings again and set your difficulty to hard back, and then it should start spawning you all the mobs. And if everything works for you, I hope you appreciate my work and subscribe to this channel. This would help me very much, and I appreciate all your support. If you have any questions, leave them on my Discord server. The link to this is in the video description. They can get in contact with me. And then I hope we see us again in the next video. See ya!